Hi friends, my name is Rashmi Bismark and I'm the author of the book Finding Om. Thank you so much to the Brooklyn Book Bodega for inviting me to share a little bit more with you about Finding Om. So Finding Om is a book again that's written by me. I'm Rashmi Bismark, and the lovely illustrator for the book is named Morgan Huff, and the book is published by Mango and Marigold Press. And Finding Om shares the story of a little girl named Anu as she explores meditation and mindfulness and the mantra Om with her grandpa. And what some people don't know is that actually Finding Om, the characters in the book Finding Om, are my family. So this book is actually based on some of the experiences that we've had in my family. And Anu's my daughter. And our family is a mixed family. So my mom and dad have immigrated to America from India, from a state on the southwest coast of India called Kerala. And the language that's spoken there is called Malayalam. And in Malayalam, the way you refer to your mother's father, so your grandpa on your mom's side of the family, is Apupa. So that's why Anu calls her grandpa Apupa. So my family immigrated to the US from India, and my husband's family, Anu's dad, immigrated to America from a country in southern Africa called Zimbabwe. So when he was a teenager, he moved with his family from Zimbabwe to the south side of Chicago and grew up there. And so Anu is a mix of these two different cultures. And in this book, she gets to explore a little bit of her Indian side of her family with her grandpa as she explores some of his spiritual traditions and his practice of meditating. So throughout the book, what is really interesting is you get to see a little bit of South Indian culture as well as a little bit of Zimbabwean culture throughout the art and the illustrations that are here in this book. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time to explore some of that with you. So in the book, you might find a lot of different things here in this image where Anu is coming upon her grandfather as he's meditating. He's doing his evening prayers. And here you might notice that he's wearing a different outfit. So he's got a long top and a piece of cloth that he's wrapped around his waist, kind of like a sarong. I'll show you another picture of it. Here's one where he's standing up. And this is the traditional dress from the state of Kerala, where my parents are from, for men. So they often wear this long top, which is called a kurta top or a jubba. And this sarong that he wears is made of this beautiful, soft, fine cotton cloth, and it has a border that's made of golden thread. And in our language, we call this a mundu, or some people call it a lungi. And so you get to see him wearing some of these traditional clothes. You also see these oil lamps that are made of brass, and here in the front, there's some more of them. There's some hanging oil lamps that are made of brass, and those are some typical decorations that you might find in a Kerala home. These oil lamps are often lighted for prayer time or for different ceremonies in the Hindu tradition. You also see my dad, he's doing his evening prayers at a little altar there. And across India, in many Hindu homes, people will have their own little altar at home so that they can pray at home too. And sometimes there will be pictures of different gods and goddesses, or maybe pictures of family members, ancestors who have passed away. There's always elements of nature that are there too. So here you might notice some flowers that are here. I'm actually videotaping this from the backyard of the house that I grew up in, and my dad used to keep a beautiful big garden back here. So when he could, in the spring and the summer and the early fall, he'd often pick these beautiful flowers that he'd place and put there to have a piece of the earth and some beauty from the earth as well. And you see some lamps that are lit there, like candlelight as well. So you've got that element of fire. So you've got the earth, you've got fire. Often there may be a little cup of water. Maybe some incense might be burning, so you get that nice smells as well. So a lot of different elements there that are part of a traditional altar that you might find in a Hindu home. And throughout the book, you also find different pictures. So this is a picture of the Hindu goddess Lakshmi. And Lakshmi is a goddess who represents good fortune and grace and love and abundance. So you see her through the book as here in this painting, but also at the end of the book here, where we see Anu dressed up in some traditional Indian clothes. She's got a skirt on and a top, and she's got this piece of jewelry that she's got hanging forward onto her forehead that's called a Mangal Tika. And you see her standing in a lotus flower too, just like that goddess Lakshmi, who's that goddess of love and caring and abundance. So throughout the book, there are some elements of Anu's dad's South African Zimbabwean culture as well. So we see in Zimbabwe, we actually took a trip there a couple of Christmases ago, and actually parts of this book were I was first kind of brainstorming them with the girls when we were on that trip, and we got a chance to visit a lot of our family that's there, and we also got a chance to visit safaris there and see all these beautiful, majestic animals in the Southern African safari. And the girls, Anu especially, loves giraffes, so we have a lot of different giraffe figurines and things, little knickknacks that we collected that are in our house, and so you get to see some of that here, and the prints, the safari prints. And one of the things we really appreciated was the beautiful African sunset on the safari. So here, when you see the girls, as Anu is feeling that sense of creativity in her, here she is painting a beautiful Zimbabwean sunset with these animals on the safari that you see there as well. Let's see, what else can I share with you? One thing that I wanted to share with you as well, that's a part of Kerala South Indian culture that you'll find a couple of places in the book, is this little doll here. It's a little dancer doll, and we see it again in the end pages in the book. The artist has included the little dancer doll here playing with our dog. And that dancer doll is actually a depiction of a traditional dance art from Kerala that my dad loved. It's called Kathakali. And in Kathakali, the dancers often retell stories from our mythological stories. And so they wear these elaborate costumes, and they perform sometimes overnight with live music and drums and people singing. And so it's this dance drama. And my dad, like I said, loved it, and he had all of these Kathakali dolls. And so I actually brought one here to share with you so that you can see just how elaborate the costumes are. So they wear these big skirts that have wire underneath them to kind of keep them big and poofy, and this elaborate upper bodice and all this jewelry they'll wear, and they have all of this face makeup as well. And this kireedam is the word in Malayalam, this crown, and every character has you can tell who the characters are based on the style of their crown, the style of their makeup, and their outfits that they're wearing as well. So here's an example of one of these Kathakali dolls that my dad had. And if you have a chance, you could look that up to see and get an idea. I'm sure there's lots of videos on YouTube that share a little bit about Kathakali. And so lots of little cultural elements that you'll find in Finding Om as you read the book. I hope you'll enjoy it. And as I mentioned, the book is also about meditation, and maybe some of you already know a little bit about meditation or yoga. Maybe you've practiced it at school, or you've seen someone at home doing that as well. Meditation is a practice that exists across cultural traditions, and so Anu gets to explore a little bit of meditation with her grandpa from her culture here. And if you want to learn more about meditation, there's actually a curriculum guide for Finding Om, and it's free, so an adult could help you download that onto your computer or your device for free. And it includes a little bit more information about what meditation is and mindfulness, and goes through a lot of different mindful exercises that you could do together with someone, a parent or a teacher or a friend. So there are different things like body scans, so exploring your body, or listening to sounds that are in your environment. I'm outside, and I'm sure you can hear lots of sounds around me, right? So sometimes a meditation can be a practice of listening to sounds, listening to our bodies, lots of different ways to practice meditation. So there's a lot to explore in that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a chat that we had to learn a little bit more about Finding Om. And please feel free to follow me on Instagram if you want to learn a little bit more. I'm at Rashmi Bismark. And I look forward to hopefully one day coming to Brooklyn Book Bodega and seeing all of you and maybe doing a reading live with you one day. Hope you're all enjoying back to school time, and talk to you soon. Bye.